Hello and welcome guys to my channel. My name is Luke, also known as Jersey Boost on Instagram. You guys may be familiar with my cars and followed me a little bit here and there. Never made a YouTube video, and here it is. So decided to make a channel, document some of these builds that I've been going through, just a little bit more detailed, and so you guys can kind of go through it with me rather than just looking at the pictures on Instagram. So I figured, what better way, great platform, let's just jump on YouTube and have a little bit of fun with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. I'm going to try to do one probably once a week, anytime there's an update or anything like that, or if I'm just kind of screwing around and messing around with the car, get a new part in, and we can throw it on the vehicle. So the first car that we're going to be doing, you already know, it's in the thumbnail description. I'm pretty stoked on this one. Picked it up about a month and a half ago, and it seems like we're going to be able to get a lot of stuff relatively quickly, get a lot accomplished with it, which is really awesome. Picked it up because I wanted to get a car that was a little bit more easily accessible for parts and that sort of stuff, due to the fact that COVID has really slowed down the process of getting any parts brought into the country. So unfortunately, my other build is going a little bit slower than I would have liked it to, and that's one of the reasons why I ended up picking up this car. So without further ado, let's go check it out. All right guys, there it is. Don't mind the shop's a little bit messy, but this is my 1991 Toyota MR2 Turbo SW20. Does have a JDM swap motor in it. The JDM model versus the USDM engine, the only difference is about 25 horsepower from the factory. So it breathes a little bit better. That's about it, nothing crazy. So obviously you can see the car is not stock. It does have a Goretti front lip, Goretti side skirts, Goretti spats in the rear spats, and then the car is also lowered. So the outside of the car, relatively stock aside from the kit. The wheels did get changed, as you guys can tell from the thumbnail. It's not the original wheels. The original wheels were Compomotive CXNs, I believe they are. They're a three-piece wheel. They no longer make them. They're an English company who really makes a lot of wheels that are more for like rally racing and smaller sizes and that sort of stuff. But at one point in time, probably in the early, probably in the mid 90s, were making three-piece wheels. They're actually pretty cool. They look like, a BBS RS ripoff almost, but they were a really good solid wheel, three-piece wheel. They just need to be refinished, but just didn't fit really on this car the way that I would have chose, so decided to change them right out of the gate. So I apologize about, not waiting for you guys for that one, but Anki RPF ones, a lot of people have been asking me about the setup on them, MR2s. Everybody's wanting to run a little bit more of an aggressive stance on any of their cars. So on this one, I went with a 17 by 8 plus 35 on the front, 17 by 9 plus 35 on the rear, with Dunlop tires. And I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys agree. Might change them. These were readily, like I said, kind of the theme of this build is readily available parts, easy, nothing too crazy, and a lot of wheels right now. If you're trying to get any sort of specialty sizes, which is 17 staggered wheel, if you're looking for something like a Ray or a Volk or something like that, it's gonna be pretty hard to get. So decided to go with the Anki RPF ones. The fitment's great. In my opinion, it's about as aggressive as I'd want to go on this. You could go a little bit more aggressive, but this car does have fenders rolled, but I didn't, you probably wouldn't have even needed it with this setup. So as you can tell from the back, it does have a Goretti exhaust on it. That will be getting changed. I'm a huge fan of the dual canisters, so got to put the dual canister exhaust on it. As you can see, this beautiful engine bay, it is a very 2000 and a very not cleaned engine bay. So you can kind of tell what the previous color was. You can see that it's a little bit more green. The X-Brace is really the color of the factory, as well as the intercooler piping. All of that stuff's going to be ripped out. X-Brace, intercooler piping, that janky stuff is going to be getting pulled out. I did have a new valve cover done by Innovative powder coating in Rockaway, New Jersey. They did a great job. I'm super stoked on that. I'm probably gonna be picking that up tomorrow. So next video, you guys might be able to see that. I'm doing, like I said, all the intercooler piping. All that stuff I already have. I was already able to get all those parts relatively quick. I got a Racer X Fabrication shifter box and shifter bushings. And then also I've been getting a lot of parts from MR2 Heaven, and I was able to obtain intercooler piping, intake, shifter cables, and some other stuff. The shift knob I got too. I do have a shifter, X-brace, and something else on the way too. Oh, the exhaust, that was the other thing. So a few parts on the way, which I'm pretty stoked on. Have not cleaned it. Nothing's been touched on the car really, so it's going to be detailed. I'm going to probably do a video on paint correcting this car just so you guys can see the difference. A lot of times with these like dark metallic colors, once you do a paint correction and you put a nice seal on there, nice coat of wax, or in this case we're probably going to do a ceramic coating on it. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not going to be daily driving it, so it wouldn't be that that important. But as you can see, it's pretty dusty. I have not really touched it. Taken it out a couple times, drives great. Factory interior, factory leather seats, factory everything, down to the radio and that beautiful Advanced Auto Parts Type S cup holder. So it was a true sports car, T-tops, mid-engine. This car had it all for the time, and most people don't realize that this car actually, there was a short period of time where from the factory this car was actually faster than the Toyota Supra. So and everybody loves the Supra, and this was my, you know, I always loved Supras, but this was a high school dream car of mine, and I was able to get it at a decent price. And really, you know, you can't beat that. So I'm going to be doing all these updates, getting parts. Once I have some more stuff, like I said, once I pick up that valve cover, I'm going to pull everything off, clean everything, do a tune-up, throw everything back on, see how the car drives, get it out there. Hopefully the New Jersey DMV opens up so I can get the car registered. And then from there, we're going to be looking into getting a bigger turbo, tuning, and seeing if we can't make this car somewhere around 300 wheel horsepower, which would be awesome. I'm gonna get it, try to bring it over to RT Tuning, I believe, or one of the places nearby that has a dyno that can do a remote tuning session with, I believe the company's called ATS out of Texas. They do a great job as far as MR2 stuff there. That's pretty much their specialty, so we're gonna be going with their stuff. The suspension parts are all going to be changed on this at some point. I have to do a little bit more research on that, what I want to do. I was thinking about just doing like a BC coilover, and you may even know the White Walker MR2. A lot of people have seen that car, and Bob, Mr. MR2 out in California is a huge MR2 collector. He actually has his own coilovers that Boosted Boys threw on their MR2. I might give them a shot and see if how they work out for me, because I do believe actually the Boosted Boys have the same wheel setup that I do as well, so that would probably work out nicely. But anyway, we're probably going to keep this car the way that it is. I don't think I'm going to change out the motor. I was, you know, originally going to do like a K-swap on a clapped out MR2, but I was able to get this one. This one's nice and clean. Engine runs strong. So let's see what we could do with the SW20 motor, or the 3 SGTE motor, and go from there. You know, maybe I'm able to make enough power, it's reliable, and then we can go to a different option after that. So I'm stoked. Hopefully you guys are. Look forward to making some more videos for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, you know, put them below. Like, subscribe, do your thing. I look forward to seeing you guys, and keep on working.